This episode was recorded in 2022.
Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Imagine your dream wedding as the most magnificent venue of the world, and let the fairy tale begin. Hey, I'm Natalie Witt, your dedicated wedding expert, and this is the Wedding Destination Show.
In this episode, we're gonna take your breath away and represent you Portugal. Being the oldest country in Europe, Portugal is rich with incredible architecture that reflects valuable historic heritage, unique natural preservation, and beautiful seasides. If you are thinking about throwing the most luxurious wedding, this country absolutely fits for it. From the north to the south of Portugal, there is a spectacular portfolio of venues with unique features. Royal palaces, stunning castles, fortresses, high-end estates, and luxury hotels with authentic features are full of exclusivity for making your wedding unforgettable. Our first venue in Portugal is Queluz Palace. Located in Queluz, the city in the municipality of Sintra in the district of Lisbon. The venue is often considered the Portuguese version of Versailles. The National Palace, Queluz, is alluring for its imposing French-style gardens and palatial architecture exuberance, echoes the life of 3 generations of Portuguese royal family. It also represents the design development in royal courts preferences in the 18th and 19th centuries, from the Baroque to the Rococo and onto Neoclassicism. Just imagine walking through the gardens where the royal court held masked balls, musical and theater performances, public receptions, and many other events. The residence was built for the future King Pedro III, then consort of Queen Maria I, in 1747. You know that the construction was originally conceived as a summer residence where regal members could spend their spare time and entertainment. Can you imagine your guests enjoying a sunset cocktail in the upper gardens of the palace, dinner in the luxurious throne room, and a summer outdoor wedding reception? The palace is ready to make your wedding royal. The availability of the Queluz Palace is spectacular. The most grandest room for wedding dinners and official ceremonies is the throne room. Just think that high society used to hold lavish receptions here. It fills with delicate gilded adornment, vintage mirrors that reflect the light from the majestic chandeliers, and the French windows with a breathtaking view over the garden. It has a direct access to Malta Garden as well. In addition, the space has an excellent acoustics. The capacity of the throne room is up to 200 guests. Also, you can consider the space of French garden, implemented in design of labyrinths and box-hedged avenues with pretty fabulous decor elements such as central lakes and statues. Our next charming wedding venue in Portugal is a sumptuous palace UNESCO cultural landscape of Sintra, Tivoli Palacio de Seixas. Operated as a luxury hotel with high level of service, Tivoli Palacio de Seixas is one of the most romantic palaces for weddings. Created in a style of Neoclassicism, will transfer you to the period of 18th century. It is nestled on the mountain side among rolling woodlands of Sintra, encircled by lush gardens and amazing views over the Moorish castle and piano palace. It brings up a dreamlike aura to your special day. Dating back, it was built in 1783 for a Dutch consul, Daniel Gildenmeester. After a while, many prominent Portuguese families lived in the residence, including the 5th Marquis of Marialva, who designed the ornate archway connecting the palace's separate wings to complete its modern facade. Later, the palace was acquired by the government and opened as a luxury hotel since 1954. However, its original elements have been preserved. You know that celebrities such as Agatha Christie, David Bowie, and Brad Pitt used to stay in the Tivoli Palace. When you step into the 18th century palace, every room and hall's interior impressed with exceptional decor details from antiques, frescoes, gorgeous paintings, and opulent tapestries. Your fairy tale wedding will be exquisite. Just exchange the vows in a grand hall of Tivoli Palace or with the Sintra Mountains as a backdrop, and enjoy your reception among lemon trees and camellias or in one of the magnificent ballrooms. The residence is an oasis of tranquility, for sure. To make your day even more private, the whole palace may be at your disposal exclusively for you and your guests. There are several options for heartwarming ceremonies, so you can choose among 5 beautiful churches nearby. One of them, San Martino Church, with capacity up to 250 guests. Or for a legal and symbolic ceremony, the palace offers several spaces such as Noble Room that is an absolutely charming. It features with beautiful hand-painted walls preserved from the 18th century, and the space will be perfect for an intimate ceremony during inclement weather conditions. Also, there are outdoors lush gardens which can be used to say I do as well. The Jardin Frontal is placed in front of the Tivoli Palace, and the Lemon Garden is located on the other side. The Lemon Garden is also wonderful for cocktails and with capacity up to 100 guests. And for the wedding reception, there is an enchanting restaurant, Sceneries, with opulent antique frescoes and phenomenal gastronomy which can place up to 120 guests, and the outdoor terrace with terrific view over the gardens. Palacio de Sceneries is a treasure trove for couples who adore palatial architecture and first-class service. So choose what aligns with your dreams, and our team will be delighted to make your dream come true. Our dedicated team will take care of every little detail, including luxury travel support to make your stay an unforgettable one. To get in touch with us, please email us by contact@emeraldwd.com and get your destination consultation with 50% discount. To make the wedding of your dreams more vintage and exceptional, we advise you to have a closer look at one of the extraordinary venues in the entire Portugal, Pena Palace. As I mentioned before, it is placed on the lands of Sintra close to the Tivoli Palace, and when you look at it from a distance, it creates the image of sacred stone that crowns the hills. The castle is so remarkable and even noticeable from the Lisbon. It's renowned as one of the most splendid fairy tale castles for its profusion of architecture resembling Romanticism. It includes Neo-Gothic, Neo-Manuelan, Neo-Romanesque, along with other Oriental styles such as Neo-Moorish and Indo-Gothic. Also, the palace is on the UNESCO World Heritage List for its uniqueness and enchantment, as well as for palace's exceptional natural park reservoir, which is 200 hectares. It's such an honor to represent you this wonderful venue. The Pena Palace of Sintra was built in 1836 and completed in 1854. It used to be a medieval chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Pena. During damaging events, the chapel managed to preserve, and the Portugal King Ferdinand II acquired the building and designed today's modern Grand Pena Palace. After a while, it was classified as a national landmark and operated as a museum. What are the most spectacular elements of the castle? The exterior bright colors. The spectrum includes yellows with blues mixed with reds, tiles, and stones combined with the greenery of the nature around it that creates a pretty vintage and exotic view to be a unique wedding destination. Your guests and you will be astonished at the sights and touched with every turn at this fabulous fairy tale castle. What about wedding spaces? One of the exciting elements of the venue is that Pena Palace weddings are held on the palace's rooftop with magnificent 360-degree view. Just imagine your fairy tale here with the ocean view on the horizon, natural park, and the entire Sintra. So incredible background. It will definitely keep the memories of your special day for a lifetime. For a wedding cocktail, the palace provides the rooftop and the stag room, which has a direct access to the rooftop. Just think about a magnificent sunset, first-class appetizers, champagnes, and beautiful wedding shooting. So impressive. To make your wedding reception more refined, you can consider the hall of arches. The design is pretty much elegant and comfy, especially if you would like to use a special decor for your reception setting. So let's move on. One more dream venue in Sintra is a unique Montserrat Palace. The venue placed among rolling hills on the lands of rich botanical gardens belong to the Montserrat Park. The magnificent park is implemented in romantic style with a glittering lake, springs, fountains, and grottos. As we mentioned before, Sintra is a pearl for wedding celebrations as it boasts with major exceptional examples of Sintra's romanticism architecture, where palaces were used as summer residences for a regal court. The palace's construction started in 1863 when Francis Cook, a wealthy English merchant who had the title of Viscount of Montserrat and was favored by King Louis, started working with the main influencer at the time, phenomenal architect James Knowles. The Montserrat Palace design includes the touches of Medieval Moorish revival architecture with neo-Gothic elements as well as Pena Palace. The venue that was designed for aristocrats and the royalty looks like you are in a fairy tale where you and your partner will have a sense of living a wedding dream like princess and prince. The palatial chic and capability of the venue will definitely impress you and your guests. Have you ever dreamed about intimate wedding ceremony in the ruins of the chapel? For the heartwarming ceremony, there is a Montserrat chapel, part of the main palace, preserved in ruins after 1755 great earthquake. It has a status of being one of the most fascinating chapels in the entire world. Besides, you can host the ceremony in the elegant music room in the Montserrat Palace. You will absolutely love the space. Only imagine the bride walking in a magical endless golden-toned hallway complemented with marble columns and sophisticated decor elements of the music room. The space features with charming details a beautiful ornate dome ceiling, floor-to-ceiling windows with picturesque view over. It has everything to create unforgettable moments. The room can host up to 80 guests. Then the first-class cocktail and reception can be hosted in a stunning front entrance with nature backdrop of Sintra's natural park and the glorious facade of the Montserrat Palace. It will be the most enchanting wedding moments with memorable shootings from professional photographers. The capacity in the gardens is pretty much huge, so don't bother about it. Another option in case of rainy weather is a side balcony with palatial architecture details, including marble designs and sumptuous stucco. What a wonderful wedding settings! Finally, we've reached the most incredible wedding venue in Portugal for grandiose wedding celebration, which is Museum of the Belém Palace. Officially, it's a royal palace, and now it's the residence of the Portugal president. The museum is placed in the old horse riding arena, so the main architectural input into the arena was made by the renowned Italian architect Giacomo Azzolini. He used neoclassical design for creating unique elements of a construction. Moreover, the interior was made by the Portuguese artists, adorned with paintings and tile panels, and the museum itself was opened in 1905 by Queen Amelia. She made the museum an exclusive space for placing a great collection of carriages of royal family and nobility of Portuguese. The range of the Splendid collection creates a portrait of carriages evolving between 16th and 19th centuries. They were made in different countries such as Italy, Portugal, France, Spain, Austria, and England. The museum will provide you with spectacular and
luxury decorations to fill your wedding with a regalis charm. If you have not planned your signature wedding yet, you can consider all these magnificent venues to ensure that your wedding will be memorable. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to this episode. Please subscribe, like, and share to find your next signature wedding venue. Stay tuned for our next episode in 2 weeks.